Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test stream. Today we are taking a look at apeMatrix, Brambos's Ruismaker Noir, and I'm going to keep this quite simple. I'm going to show you how to apply some effects to it and stuff like that, but I also want to show you how you can route apeMatrix into AUM, and also how you can route apeMatrix into Cubasis for recording your performance kind of thing, and then being able to edit it and chop it up in Cubasis and stuff like that. Do whatever you want with it, you know. Okay, so first of all, this is a blank project. First of all, we're going to tap this little plus button here, the first one, and in just a sec, our app picker will appear, and we've got it on instruments, and we shall scroll down and find Ruismaker Noir, which is here like this. And I'm going to go connects and show, so it connects it to the output of apeMatrix and also shows us the app like this, because I want to choose basic kick for a preset to start with. So when I press play on a transport now, play on the transport bar in apeMatrix, we shall get Ruismaker Noir doing its basic sort of kick thing. Okay. I'm going to stop that now, and I'm going to add another Ruismaker Noir here. Now, what's nice about apeMatrix is it opens the next one up at the same kind of place. So if you wanted to add more than one instrument, it kind of conveniently does that for you. So I want to do connects and shows. I'm opening a preset picker. Just for this one, I'm going to choose hi-hat. So I'm going to keep this really simple. Okay, so when we press play the transport, now we should have the hi-hat and the kick all synced up lovely. Okay, so let us select the, and you can open up like both of these if you want to. Okay, I'm going to keep it easy for me. I'm going to open the kick pattern, and I'm just going to make a few adjustments to that kick. Okay, I'm going to turn up VCO2 a little bit, and then I can mess with the frequency modulation bit, but I'm going to boost it a little bit, this bit driver here. So that's quite nice. Now I'm going to apply some effects, but only to the hi-hat. So I'm going to, first of all, I want to go to my effects, and I want a phaser effect. So I need to find some sort of phaser here. I'm looking for a phaser. There we go, phaser. So I'm using a 4 pockets phaser, and we'll do connects and show as well. So there it is. But for now, I want to leave that just like that. Now we need to connect our phaser to our hi-hats. Okay, so if we play, you'll hear now that we've connected our phaser to our hi-hat, our Ruismaker Noir that's playing the hi-hats here. But I've still got the hi-hats going through the output as well. So if I switch that off, I've just got it going through the phaser. Okay, so, and then open up the phaser. I'll choose a preset like, so you'll probably be able to hear that better. Okay, so, and then I'm going to open up another effect, and this time I'm going to choose this Klevgrand Reamp here. Okay, and we'll do connects and show, and we can mess around with that in just a sec. And I also want that to be affecting the kick drum as well. So if I do this, we can take our sorry, I'm here, and switch off. No, we've already switched off the output, haven't we? Right, so that's good. So now I have the hi-hats being affected by both the phaser and the reamp here, so we can get like a nice lo-fi effect on those hi-hats. Right. So here's the thing. I want to now route those into AUM. Okay, so if we open AUM, here's a completely blank AUM. I'm going to open two of these because we have an A and a B for apeMatrix. So apeMatrix is not audio, you need in-app audio and inter-app audio, multiple ports, and I'm going to choose port A for this one. Now these are not, it's not like stereo. You can make them stereo by panning these channels, but this just sends separate information into A or B. Okay, so let's do the same with this one, inter-app audio, and you'll see now that the bus A is grayed out because we're using it, so we're going to choose bus B. Righty-o. Right, now so I'll turn that volume down on there. No, not that it would do anything at all just yet, and we'll open up this. Now, I want to send all the output information that's going to the output of apeMatrix. I want to send that to AUM. Well, I want to send the kick drum to A, and I want to send the hi-hats to B. We've got the hi-hats going through the phaser, so we need to send the effects outputs to B. So we can switch now. Listen. So I've switched off the outputs there for apeMatrix. We can turn them back on. But if we go over now to AUM, we now have them routed into AUM. Okay, so that's cool. So without going much further there, we can add effects to AUM. We could do different things. You know how, if you want to go mad with AUM, you can. The cool thing is now as well, I could add more stuff here, but have it routed either into A or B, or I could have it routed into the output of apeMatrix. So I've got two completely separate things running. But what I also want to do is I want to apply some LFO to the bass drum. So if we kick off with this again and open the bass drum sound, here it is. I want apeMatrix's very, very clever and cool LFO to control that FM. So if we open, all we need to do is open this little squiggly three circles thing here. And these are the parameters that we can assign an LFO to. So all of them inside Noir are assignable. But I want FM, and I'm going to switch it on by doing this. Now this is the range here, the range. So I kind of like it where it goes from about the middle. So if we move the end point there, and we'll move the start point to about the middle-ish, like this, and we'll keep it on sine so it's a nice smooth transition. And then this is the speed. Well, I kind of like the speed nice and slow. Okay, so let's hit done. And you can do this while it's running, by the way, I'll show you. So you've created some really nice movement with that bass drum sound. And of course, like I said, this is the speed. And then the shape. That'll be just jumping all over the place. Depending on the speed and the range that you set it, of course. And I want to keep it smooth. And I'll keep the range a little bit lower. Make it go a little bit higher. Now you could also apply any other parameter here to an LFO as well at the same time as that. You're not limited to just doing one. You can do what you like, and you can do it to everything else as well. Because the cool thing is that every time you open an app inside apeMatrix, you will always get this little, an AUV3, you will always get this little thing that you can assign whatever you like to be controlled by the LFO. And there are choices, you know, variable choices that you can choose the waveform of the LFO, like square, sawtooth, triangle, the sample and whole, you know, the random, or the sine for smooth transitions, and you can control the speed. Cool beans, all been now routed through AUM. Okay, so let's do this. Let's reconnect our outputs into for the noirs and the effects. Let's reroute them into apeMatrix, and let's switch off the routing for AUM. Let's go to AUM and let's just clear that for now. Okay, because we don't need that for now. Okay, so let's open Cubasis, right? I want to record that session into Cubasis. Okay, I'm not particularly bothered about the BPM, but you could set the BPM exactly the same. And if you really want to start on time, you could set your counting for Cubasis, so you could just hop back and press play. I'm not bothered about that for now. We're going to add an audio track, and I'm going to add another audio track. Okay, so we're going to choose audio track 1. And I'm going to go to routing, and we're going to go to where it says mono input, and I'm going to choose into app. And you will see that it's right near the top anyway. So I'm going to choose apeMatrix bus A for that channel. Okay. And for this channel, I'm going to go mono input into app. And no, sorry, wrong one. I don't want the I don't want it to be the instrument. I want it to be that instead. So, because it'll just route it all through. So we've got here is apeMatrix bus B, and here is apeMatrix bus A. Let's record both of those at the same time into Cubasis. Now I'll tell you what we'll do first of all as well. Let's start it off. And let's check our mixer levels. So you won't see anything now because I'm just monitoring. Now that is very strange. No. Right. Yeah, see, now this is good because this is a mistake that you could make easily. Why am I getting it into Cubasis? Well, probably most of you would be going because you haven't routed it into A and B, which is receiving the, which Cubasis wants to receive information from audio. So we can switch those off again. Let's route that the same way, and let's do this. So now going into Cubasis now, we have our levels. Now, if you think about this, you could now set up something inside. You could still have apeMatrix inside AUM if you wanted to, but now you could set up a completely separate super session inside AUM. And the cool thing is, if I add another audio track here, I'm not going to go through the whole thing now because it would just get boring. But if I add another audio track there, audio track 3, choose mono input, choose enter app, and I scroll down here like this, you will see that's Audio Pro. But if we go further down, you will see that we have 8 slots, 8 ports that we can use for AUM as well. So we could set up AUM inside Cubasis to receive audio as well. And that opens up all sorts of stuff, and the fact that you can record it at the same time. But for now, let's just do what I said. Let's just record this session into Cubasis. Now, I will do it the proper way. We can get rid of that track. I will go into my setup here and I will choose my metronome. And the pre-count is at the moment, it says I will set it on 4 bars. This gives me time to go back from Cubasis once I've hit the record. Excuse him revving his bike. Once I've hit record, to get back into apeMatrix to press play. So we're kind of all starting in time. So I'll switch the metronome on. Okay. And it'll give us 4 bars counting before we have to stop, but it'll carry on the metronome just to make sure we're right. Now, I just want to make sure that my tempo is 120 BPM down here. Yes, it is. Let's go back to Cubasis. Let's hit record. So turn it off now, we don't need it. And any adjustments we now wanted to make inside, say, are all getting recorded into Cubasis. So let's go back into Cubasis now. We can stop record, go back to the beginning, and there are our 2 tracks that we've now recorded from apeMatrix. And of course, you could do it again with something else. You could record some more tracks. Like I said, you could use AUM. The possibilities are endless. It's very cool. It's very cool beans. But let's just make sure that we are recorded. I mean, you can see we've recorded. And now you can affect this, chop it up, do what you like, make other samples from it. It's very cool. I like it a lot. It's fun and it's enjoyable. And I shall do some more. I am going to do a much better one with Ruismaker Noir, because it's very cool when you set up 3 or 4 of these. It's like having your own sort of little modular system. This is what's brilliant about to do this with hardware would cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. I ain't kidding, like mega bucks. Any modular setup like this or anything. And this is easier as well. Not for everybody, because a lot of people like hardware stuff. You know, I would love to be able to program modular systems. I haven't got a clue. Not a clue. I could make it after 3 hours. It go blip, 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 and then I could put some reverb on. Blip, 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 blip. Like that. Well, that sounded all right, you know. No, I'm kidding. The thing is, your imagination is the key with stuff like this. You can carry on adding. Now you can add. You can see you can add up to. Is it 9? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? You can add up to 10 of these, but you do have 3 pages, and they are all the same. By the way, it's not 3 separate. It's not 3 separate outputs. It's all the same. So whatever's routed to A and B here, or the output there, is also going to be routed here as well. So you can add more stuff on another page if you run out of space, basically, with apeMatrix. So that's how it works. You can also do other cool stuff like change the colors. The default color is I'm not sure what it is, but you got Prussian blue, you've got black, and you've got white, which is really bright. I like the purple. It's nice. And then other stuff as well. Anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Consider becoming a patron from as little as $1 a month. It really helps support us here at the Sound Test Room. And we do need the support of the community to survive. Otherwise, well, I don't know. Listen, I'm going to go. Thank you very, very, very much for watching. And I will see you guys very soon. So, cool beans, all sorts of nice, interesting things going on inside apeMatrix, and then being able to record into Cubasis, or also run through AUM if you want to too. Okay, brilliant. See you later.